Hello everybody, it's Lenny. Today I want to talk about my experience with heartbreak and heartache. Maybe if you're watching this video, you're experiencing something similar, or you know someone that's experiencing something similar. I just want to say and put it out there, I'm not an expert on the subject. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a coach. All I have is my experience to back me up. And at this very moment, I am actually working on mending myself after a breakup. I've been doing a lot of research to get me through, and I've watched a shit ton of TED Talks video, and I want to share with you what I found so far with the hope of helping other people than myself cope with the pain. So the pain caused by breakup is no little thing. I read about it, but also experienced it firsthand. It varies from person to person, but it's scientifically proven that pain caused by a loss, rejection, breakup puts a lot of stress and strain on your body. You release stress hormones, your dopamine levels just drop, and dopamine is actually the happy drug which your brain produces. And losing a loved one or losing love full stop is like quitting a drug cold turkey. You're completely losing your source of dopamine. So feeling heartache doesn't make you weak, it doesn't make you oversensitive to pain, it's just the way it is. Of course, some people may be better equipped when dealing with pain, but if you're like me and you feel a lot of things intensely, this pain right now that you may be feeling may be excruciating and overwhelming. Don't be hard on yourself. Everybody can go through it in different ways. What I'm going to teach you now is how to cope with the pain and emotions. Now, of course, dating is different from person to person. For some, breakups are the natural cycle of the dating life. For me, it's quite different. I'm more of the penguin type. I'm very picky when I'm looking for a partner, but when I do find the perfect mate, I become very loving and attached and giving, and I usually tend to be in it for the long run. And when the long run actually ends, I am left shattered, bruised, and hopeless. But here I am now, talking to you, and I'm sure that if I can do it, you can join me in doing it too. Just be sure to take your time and believe in yourself and be strong. So usually the first thing that happens when you hear the bad news is that your brain is going to reject it altogether. For me, when I got the news, it felt like someone had just broken my favorite china vase, but instead of just accepting that it was broken, I just held all the pieces together and refused to believe that it had actually happened. I used all my strength and energy in holding myself together and thinking, oh, it's okay, it's fine. No. So this is my first step to you, and it's definitely the hardest one. Steer into the skid. There's this song by Kina Grannis. She's a wonderful music artist on YouTube. You should definitely go check her out. The song is called Throw It Away, and there's this line that says, take your heart and break it now. And that is what you are gonna do. So this thing that's broken and you're keeping it together, just let it go. Let it break, let it shatter. Accept that it's broken. Go deep inside it. You just let it all out. Feel it. And that's really a hard thing to do. Accepting that it's broken. By doing so, you are going to invite in the pain and the emotions instead of locking them out. Now, you may know that when you push emotions away, lock them away in the basement, they will keep on hammering at the door, and if that doesn't work, they will go lift some weights and bash that door down when they're stronger. And so we're gonna avoid that completely. So take a deep breath in. It's time. Let it go. Steer into that skid and let what is broken be broken. Trust me. Now, if you've just done this step, you are not going to be very happy with me, because the pain and the emotions are going to start welling up. It's going to start filling you inside, and you feel like you're not going to be able to cope with it. Hang on, just hear me out. I'm going to teach you pain management now. I'm going to teach you how to cope with it. So there are two tricks I like to use when dealing with overwhelming emotions and intense pain. They both work equally well, so see which one works better for you, or just use one and the other depending on the situation. So the first one I usually use for overwhelming emotions. So as I've mentioned just before, an emotion really just wants to be heard, but sometimes it's so loud and it's screaming at you that you just want to put your head into a pillow and, push it away and numb it out and wait for it to just stop screaming. That's exactly what we're not going to do. We are not going to numb the pain out. What we are going to do now, though, is invite the emotion in and hear it out without it actually overwhelming you. So again, take a deep breath and let's focus on the physical part of the emotion. Let's focus on the sensation it has on your body. So where does the emotion manifest itself? It may be a knot in your stomach, your heart, your hands are sweaty, you have a headache, you feel it as a frown between your eyebrows. Just focus on the physical aspect, only the sensation, nothing else. Don't put words onto it or anything, just focus on that. Listen to it, feel it, see how it evolves. Now at some point you're going to start feeling calmer. The voices in your head are going to stop screaming, and at some point everything will just seem still and quiet. That's when you know you've heard out an emotion from start to finish. And you can do this for any type of emotion, anytime, big or small. So this technique I got from a book from Art Mella. She's an extraordinary person. If you can translate this book, because it's in French, I recommend you do so. It's illustrated and it really does help when it comes to dealing with emotions. And she explains there are different parts of the brain, and one of the fastest parts is the brain that is in charge of dealing with sensation. And thus, using the fastest part of the brain is the fastest way for us to deal with an emotion. So you focus on the sensation. Now the second trick is to deal with the pain. It's more of a pain management technique. You can use it for physical pain, but I use it more for emotional pain. And the trick is overly simple when you understand it. So hear me out. The trick is accept the pain. Now hang on. By itself, that doesn't really mean anything, so let me explain it. So when we hurt, anywhere, physically, mentally, we don't want to hurt. It's normal, it's a completely normal reaction. So we push away the pain, we reject it entirely, and we can get angry and be frustrated, and you just want the pain to go away. Just stop it, go away. And that doesn't help because you're fighting pain with hate, and thus causing more pain. So instead of wanting the pain to go away, instead of being angry at it and frustrated with it and just having this ongoing battle with yourself, you are going to fight the pain with love. You are going to tell the pain, it's okay, you can stay. And these words, you can stay, have made such a difference in my life, like huge difference. These words have helped me the most during the first few days where the pain was just unmanageable. Every time I felt despair and sadness, and I was just sobbing all the time, I just said, it's okay, you can stay with me as long as you need. And I was inviting in the pain, and it was being heard, and after a while it just went away. Same with anger. I told it, it's okay, you can stay, make yourself at home, it's okay. And I was giving these weird emotions, I was giving them love, and they came in, they stayed, but they also let themselves out. And that was like the biggest relief for me. I was mind blown. So these two techniques together really helped me keep all my doors open and inviting in emotions, inviting in pain, hearing them out, accepting them, and then them just going away on their own terms. So that was the second step. After I got the ball rolling with dealing with emotions and dealing with pain, I started looking around and wondering, what stage of grief am I in? Because if I can figure out in what stage of grief I am, I can figure out the next step. I can figure out what the next step to healing is. But the more I thought about it, the more I was confused. Am I angry or am I sad? Have I accepted the truth now, or am I still in denial? Maybe I'm just depressed. And the more I thought about it, the more confused I was, the more stuck I was, because I couldn't figure out where I was and what to do. So in the end, I just accepted, I'm grieving, full stop. And that's when I remembered. I saw a video, a TED Talk by Nora Casey, where she basically explained that the cure to grief is motion. Because when you get in motion, when you get things done, the brain starts creating dopamine again, the happy drug. Now I don't mean dive back into work and just go out with your friends all day and stop thinking about everything else. No, what you need to do is actually find a sense of accomplishment. You need to find a purpose. You need to find motion that actually puts you in motion. It makes you move forward. So for me, first it was really small things. I did a laundry from start to finish. I washed, I hung to dry, and then I folded. Accomplishment. I had clean clothes, I could go outside and not look like a slob. I took care of myself. And then I made myself a nice meal. I took down the Christmas tree. I went grocery shopping, and little by little, accomplishment by accomplishment, I started making videos again. I started drawing again. I started making plans, having my creative projects start up again. I was in motion. So that's my next step for you. Find something that sets you in motion, that gets you going, and that gives you a sense of accomplishment and value. Now this is where I'm at right now. I am in motion. I'm moving forward and dealing with my pain. And I'm sure there are many things I am still going to have to go through, and a lot of things I'm still going to discover and learn, and I'll be sure to share them with you once I'm on the other side of that thing. Right now what I'm focusing on is time. I still wake up every day missing the person I had a life with. I miss him so much, and I still hurt, and I still cry, and I still get mad, angry, frustrated. I'm still dealing with this. I'm still going through it. But the thing that helps a little is to tell myself, give it time. Now, for those who know me, they know that I'm not the most patient person. Time isn't really my friend, but right now it's worth trying to tame time, because it's one of the elements that will really help you mend and get closer to being back to your better self once again. I want to say trust me on that one, but I am still trying to trust it myself. So these are the tips I've found myself, discovered through reading, research, YouTube videos, TED Talks. I'll be sure to link everything I found down below. And I've actually made a blog post about it on my website, so don't forget to check that out. It'll be more detailed, better explained. You know, sometimes when I talk I lose myself, and orally I'm kind of all over the place. So be sure to check that out. And I do hope that if you are going through something hard, similar, just to be strong and believe in yourself, believe in time, believe in the future, keep strong. Don't forget to subscribe to me for more videos. I'm daily vlogging so you can see firsthand what I'm going through. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll for sure be seeing you very soon in another video. Keep strong guys, I all word you all, and here's a kiss.